The following is a live show brought to you in part by Half Faith. Let it begin. The following preview is rated E for everyone. A weekly show for the daily commuter. I love sharing my stories and spreading a new message each and every day. It's something I've always wanted to do. Hello everyone, this is Angel and this is Have Faith, Let It Begin. I tell you, we're going to inspire real life stories and motivational topics that I'm going to prepare you so you can take on the world. Each day we struggle with our faith, and every episode will have real life stories on how to battle daily challenges. As I'm recording now, everybody, things happen in our daily life. I have to have surgery this week, but I'm getting ready to go to surgery right now, so I just ask all of you to have prayers and know that I'm with you. And I know that God is with us. I mean, we all have our day. All right, we're going live in a few seconds, guys. A little behind on our scheduling. Waiting for everyone. All right, here we go. We're just going to test our mics out. We are officially now waiting for Spreaker to send our audio. And there he is. Okay. We're checking our actual audio at this moment, guys, so just bear with me. I know that we are just about to go live. All right, let's let all the Facebook viewers in. All right, getting ready to cue. Good show today, guys. Let's go. All right, how's the audio? All right, got a friend out there, Mr. Brian. Thank you for joining us on our live chat. He's telling us our sound and audio looks good. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate your dedication to the show. We want to thank Gabby Santana. We are about to go live, ladies and gentlemen, and I am excited because today's episode will be about stress. So here we go. Let's count it down. Stay tuned, everybody. We're coming live in a few seconds. Audio's good? Yeah. All right, let's let the Facebook users in. Boy, I hope I don't sound like that live. All right, ready? All right, count it down. Yeah, I wanted to get a sip of coffee in. All right, here we go. 30 seconds. Let's cue Gabby Santana in, please. In 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue Gabby Santana now.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
Hello, everyone, and this is Have Faith, Let It Begin. This is Friday, August 3rd, 2018. And yes, we are officially live and available to you on all platforms. We want to start off by thanking each and every one of you for making us the most downloaded show in the last 48 hours. That is correct. We have had more than over 400 downloads in the last 48 hours, and I am so overwhelmed, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart as tears come down my eyes. I did not expect to see something like that happen in the last 48 hours. So I thank you. It means truly a lot to me, and for that, I start off with tears in my eyes because I am extremely overwhelmed with all of your thoughts, all of your nice and kind words and your emails. And I just hope that we continue to inspire you each and every day. Please join us on our like page, Have Faith, Let It Begin. Also, a big thank you to Gabby Santana, who is a huge part of this show by providing us and performing and producing all by herself our theme song, Tested, by Gabby Santana. Go visit her YouTube channel. It's Gabby Santana. With that being said, it is Friday, and let's get started. Stress. That's what I want to talk to you all about today. Stress. Stress is the one thing in life that there is definitely not a cure for. Stress is something that we all deal with on a daily basis. Some of us feel as if stress is upon us every minute, every hour. But some of us deal with stress maybe a few times a year. But when that stress finally comes around, it feels like a ton of bricks. Stress can occur in our families, in our work. It could appear when we're dealing with financial situations such as bills. It can deal with the past, the present, and the future. Folks, it can deal with any type of stress, can deal with any type of things. It could be with the most joyous occasions where you're going to be a father or a parent. Whether it's trying to get your in-laws or your family to basically come together as one so that they can unite as one and actually work to better themselves and what the future will hold. One of the things I wanted to point out to you as I was walking Cody this morning, my dog, for those of you that are maybe new to the show, the way I work my shows out are very simple. I wake up, I say my prayer, and I believe in my heart that God provides me with what I need to know to start my day. And today, as I hit the corner yet again, I heard and saw the word stress. I want to be very honest with all of you. As I've told you many times, our show is not scripted. It's unedited. We go off the cuff. There's nothing in front of me that shows that I'm reading anything. Yes, I have bullet points, but I don't have anything pre-written to discuss with you. So everything that comes from me right now is from the heart. I want to talk to you a little bit about stressful situations. Let me go back for you to some of you that don't know a lot of my past. So we're going to talk about the past right now. We'll touch base on the present and in the future. Our pasts. For me, I can honestly say that in 2000 to 2004, in those 4 years, I dealt with a depression. I was depressed due to a breakup. In addition to that, I was away from home. I had no friends, no family. I got myself involved in a situation where, due to my breakup and immaturity, I got myself set up in debt, high debt. And I am not embarrassed to tell you that it was well over $60,000 in debt. Credit card debt, that is. I literally maximized over 13 credit cards. I'm grateful to God and to the ability to rise above it. I never missed a payment. I did everything I could to make sure that all of my bills were paid. I worked at my primary job. I worked as a server for a TGI Fridays. I worked as a janitor for a company that was privately owned called New Bright. And then I worked also at CVS. So I had 4 jobs at that time. In those 2 years of the 4 years, I spent all of my hours giving up my time to sleep, giving up my time to have a social life, to make sure that all of my bills were paid. It is very hard to watch other people that I know who are struggling right now with financial worries deal with the same things that I've dealt with. It is hard when you are trying to make a payment, and every time you feel that you get ahead, every time you feel that you're just about to climb over that mountain, it feels as if someone kicks you and knocks you right down to the bottom, to the point where you scratch and claw your way back up. But every time you feel like you're just to the top, somebody pulls you down. I want all of you to know that this time, as of right now, you need to pick yourself up. You need to pull your chin up and know that those days are over. I am saying that clearly and confidently because I believe that if you are a believer in a higher power, if you are a believer in this show, know that I am praying for you and I am rooting for you, and I know that you can overcome anything. Sometimes in life, you're going to be backed up into a corner where you feel that maybe, you just maybe, have to cut things out of your life in order to make things happen. Whether that's cutting a cable bill, whether that's cutting a social event, whether that's cutting something in your life that right now you cannot afford so that you can make those bills. I ask you all to take a look at what you have and remember that God only gives us so much that we can handle. And that's something about bills. I know if you go back into the previous episodes, you're going to see an episode called Mystery Man. And that was toward the end of my depression. And I want you guys all to just take a look at it and share in it, because I really believe that that is something that could inspire you. But more importantly, know that prayers do get answered, people do listen, and things happen. In work, stress can also be an issue. When you're dealing with outside situations, whether it's a breakup, whether it's financial worries, whether it's trying to realize where you could sleep the next day because you may have gotten an eviction notice. Maybe it's because you're not happy in your situation, current situation, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a situation, like I said, at work. Try to leave everything at the door. Work can be stressful as it is. Some people will walk up to me and say, or have walked up to me and said, I love my job. There's nothing about it that's bad. It's a perfect job. You know what? Great. And you know what? I hope that that is accurate. And I hope that is true. I believe I have a perfect job. I had to take a sip of coffee, folks, because my voice was cracking. I believe I have a perfect job. I believe that in my job, I go to work each and every day, and I feel that the people that I work with have my back. But there are days, and God knows I've had them this week, there are days where those things are tested. Gossip runs throughout your workforce. People that come up and try to steal your joy. And all these things you're hearing, you're saying, I've heard this before. Yes, I talk about things that I believe are real, and they're reoccurring. Every single day, as you try to pick yourself up, there will be someone in this world that tries to come up and steal your joy. The thing is, you can't allow that to happen. You have to rise above all those people out there that either are having stressful days, stressful years, stressful hours. They try to sneak up and steal your joy because they don't have it. All you can do is pray for them, but don't fall into the trap. Don't allow yourself to get sucked in. A couple episodes ago, I told you, don't be a thermostat, be a thermometer. Don't be a thermometer, don't be a thermostat. Control your environment. So again, just because I know I messed up there, do not be a thermometer, be a thermostat. Control your surroundings. Control that environment. Just a couple of days ago, like 24 hours ago, I was at work and, I was training a new trainee and, she received some kind of a phone call where somebody was really nasty to her. Just downright nasty. And it frazzled her. And, I wanted to stand up for her, and I did. And I did it professionally. Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you know what? It changed the dynamic of that hour. It almost snuck up and stole her joy. And I wouldn't allow it. You can't let things like that happen. You can't allow people to come up to you and bring you down. When I was a janitor and I was sweeping and I had not slept in almost 3 or 4 days, I'm over there in the room and there was nobody in one of those facilities. It was like a 46 cubicle room and I'm mopping a bathroom floor and I started to cry. I just let it all out because I couldn't believe that I had to work so many jobs to pay for something that I could have controlled. And I let out a huge cry. Little did I know that my manager had stopped by to check on me. And he watched and he saw me cry. And he actually tapped me on my shoulder and he said, "Hey man, give me a pound, give me a hug." And it was in that moment that I felt like somebody was listening to me. Somebody was saying, "It's going to be okay." And that's one of the things you have to realize. I'm on here today because originally I wanted to talk about something different. I wanted to talk about don't let your past get a hold of you. Move on. But something told me to change it. About stress. So that's what we're talking about today. Stress. Don't allow anything or anyone to bring you down. Stress is the worst thing you can have. Let it out. Share it with somebody. But don't let those frustrations hurt you. So we've talked about family. We've talked about work. Bills. Let's face it, folks. Bills are going to come and go. Bills just don't go away. They're always going to be around. Okay? But the most important thing is you have to always try to put yourself in the right set of mind to know that, okay, I know that this bill is coming. I know that I may not be able to make it this week or this month. But try your best to see if you can overcome those obstacles. Don't allow yourself to get backed up to the point where your stress levels move higher than they already are. Just remember that in life, we are all going to encounter different types of financial worries. Tomorrow, your washing machine could go. Your car could break down. You could be late on your rent. You could be late on your mortgage. A family member can get sick, and you have to attend to them, and you may have to miss a couple days of work. You have to do what you have to do to make your life continue. But always remember, priorities are number one, and bills will always come. But sometimes you may have to take a second job. Sometimes you may have to cut, like I said, certain social events or social media or cable or certain phones or certain things to make those bills get met. It's important to know that your past represents your present and your future, but you can learn from your mistakes so that your present and your future can be altered. Right now, I am in the process of dealing with my own stress. Some of my friends said to me, "You shouldn't put your dirty laundry out there. That's really something you should keep." I'm not ashamed of my life. I'm not ashamed of sharing my stories. If I was, I wouldn't have done this show. My stress comes from not knowing if I'm going to be a good father or not. As you all know, I'm due to have my first child in November. And in my heart, I know I can be a good father. In my heart, I know I will do my very best. And I know that when my daughter comes, I will do everything in my power to do everything for her. But I can't help what's happening around us. Families are the most important thing to me. And sometimes there are certain parts of my in-laws and my current family that do things unintentionally. I don't believe anything is done intentional because I believe that our families are very good and they look out for one another. But the hardest thing that I have faced is that it always puts a rift in my marriage. It always puts a obstacle, a 3-step back process. Every time I feel that I am happy and things are going great, it's as if they try to sneak up and steal my joy. And I'm embarrassed to tell you that they got to me this week. The good news is I'm not mad, but it's stressful. And I know that it's only going to get harder. So I believe that God is preparing me for what is to come. But I know that in my heart, I will not allow anyone to steal my joy. So I dusted myself off. I got a good night's sleep. I got excited to talk to each and every one of you. And I feel as if that joy has returned. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you sit back and you say to yourself, what do I have to do to get away from this stress? I encourage all of you to reach out to this show, to reach out to a loved one or a friend, a family friend that you can rely on, that you can count on, because they will pick you up. This week, my friend Brian, who all of you have known, has been that vessel for me. It seems like even though he's dealing with his own obstacles, he's always there to pick me up. I have friends out there named Chip and Sigfredo who are dealing with their own situations, but yet they still find it in their heart and in their time to reach out. I thank all of you guys for constantly being there. I thank my brother Art, who always toughens me up and tells me, yeah, get over it. Suck it up, he would say. And I thank my brother Eric, who has his own issues of his own as far as dealing with his business. Let me rephrase that because that's going to come back to me in a family. When I say he's got his own issues, I didn't mean it like that. I'm saying that he's got his own stress that he deals with. But yet he still found time to allow me to come over his house and talk to me about this show and give me great feedback. And again, it's things like that that continue to make me and more inspired to do better each and every day. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. We're 22 minutes in. I didn't mean to have this show go this long. I try to keep this show very, very short for your commuting. But when I'm home and I'm in studio, I get excited. And I tend to ramble. And before I start to ramble, I'm going to cut it right here. I want to just leave on a positive note and share with all of you that we are in the process right now of doing everything we can to have an upcoming show which will have Gabby Santana, the theme songwriter to this show, for a live interview. And we have another young lady named Gracie who's also going to be on talking about type 1 diabetes. We have a couple other people that will be coming on as well in the future. So stay tuned because we've got a lot more to come. Like our page at Have Faith, Let It Begin. Don't forget we're available to you on Spreaker, available to you on iHeartRadio. We have our YouTube channel, AWS Space Santana. We're available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and now available on Podcast Player and all social media outlets, Twitter, our like page on Facebook, and Tumblr. And don't forget, we have our Gmail account. That's halffaithlig@gmail.com. We want to thank all of you for joining us. And as always, remember, folks, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Do not be a thermometer, be a thermostat. Believe in yourself. Rise above everything that comes in your way. Obstacles do not hurt you. Stress will kill you. But more importantly, friendship, family, and the people that are around you will lift you up. They'll inspire you. They'll praise you. They'll ignite your flame of fire so that you can go out in the world and touch someone's life, but make their life even better because you are a part of it. May God bless you. May God bless your family. And may all of you have faith and let it begin.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
All right, guys, we're off. That's cleared. Let's take that off there. Good job, guys. Great show. Thank you so much for helping me out, by the way, on the audio. Brian, thank you very much. I know you're listening. Thanks for the audio. Whew, great show, guys. Let's take the weekend off. All right. Whew.